everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Beatrice Adams and I'm so happy to be back on your screen. I thank each and every one of my subscribers and those of you who are new to my channel. Thank you for hanging in here with me, tuning in, because I have been MIA. I've been missing in action. I'll be honest, it's been a little rough trying to record these videos for you. I didn't know what I was doing. But guess what? I have some very, very important information for you today. I'm in my Mr. Rogers chair. I sound like Mrs. Doubtfire. Hello! So you know I know what I'm talking about, right? The quickest way for you, be serious now, the quickest way for your 501c3 tax-exempt organization that you worked so hard to get approved for, did all that paperwork, watched all these videos, all my videos, you got approved, and then it got snatched back from you. The IRS revoked you. Do you want to know what the quickest way is to get revoked, for the IRS to do that? That is to not file your annual return. I'm not making this up. Hey, go to irs.gov under charities and nonprofits. Excuse me. And then just look it up. Type in 990, 990. You don't even have to type anything else. They will give you information on the form 990. That form is Return of Organization Exempt from Income Tax. Though you are established as a 501c3 tax-exempt organization, meaning you don't have to pay taxes on any gross receipts, donations, grants, whatever, any money you receive. You don't have to pay taxes on that. The IRS still wants to know about your money. They still want to know what type of grants you got, how much you got, how much money you received in donations, what your expenses were. They still want to know this. So if you don't file Form 990, again, that's Return of Organization Exempt from Income Tax. Got it on my notes. If you don't do that for 3 consecutive years, they give you 3 years in a row to file this return. And if you don't do that within that time frame, guess what? You are automatically revoked. They will snatch your stuff back. Automatically, they're not going to call you. They're not going to text you. They're not going to send you a letter. Hi, Beatrice. I just wanted to remind you that you did not file your annual return for your organization. They're not going to do that. It's not that they don't care, but they don't care. Like, you are the one that has to care that you are following their rules and regulations. And guess what? They have a team of people, I'm sure, that's somebody mans that fort to see which organization hasn't filed their annual return for 3 consecutive years. Probably just zaps out on a system. I don't know, in a report. I have no idea. All I know is one thing for sure. They will take your stuff back, which you worked so hard for. You know this paperwork is really hard. And especially if you paid somebody to do it, you know how much that is. So, and then you don't file your annual return for 3 years in a row? They want their, snatch back. You're not serious. Give us our exempt status back. We'll give that to somebody else who will file. I'm just really embellishing here. I don't know that's their thought process. But that's the process in my head. That's how I'm thinking they're, seeing all of this. But please file that Form 990. It could be the 990, which is the one that's extremely detailed, or it could be the 990 easy. It's really based on what your gross receipts are. They've got instructions for these things, so you can determine You know how I feel about instructions. Or you can file the 990E postcard. That's the simplest one. That's just a 1, 2, 3 electronically filed, done. If you have not received less than $50,000 in donations, grants, whatever, gross receipts, then you can just do that e-postcard. But do it, because again, you don't want them to take your stuff back. Now, let me just clarify something as to when you know you need to start filing this. You may be thinking, it's at the state. When I get my information back from the state, I am organized or incorporated at the state level as a nonprofit. That's the year that I need to, file my annual return. That could be very well true, but the IRS says it's when you apply for your EIN number, employer identification number, when you apply for that on their system, that's the day, that's the year that you are technically formed. And then that is the year you need to be accountable for to file that annual return. So if Pretty Paws Foundation, remember that's a made up foundation, if Pretty Paws Foundation forms their, incorporates at the state in, November of 2024, then they apply for their employee identification number in December of 2024. You should do it quicker than that. But if that's the case, then the IRS says you were legally formed December of 2024. And guess what? They don't care that it's the last month in the year. They want information. They need you to file an annual return for 2024. Even if you don't have but $500, $100, $50 that you yourself put into the nonprofit, you got to file that information. In that case, it would be an e-postcard, very simply done. But the point is, you've got to file your information. So don't get revoked. Just don't. You have to mind your business. Let me tell you something. I have a friend whose dad says, he said it takes 6 months to mind my business and 6 months to leave other folks' business alone. Well, guess what? It takes 6 months to mind your business, and then those other 6 months to stay out of other folks' business, so that you will have all your ducks in a row and you're making sure you're getting all your paperwork done with your 501c3, making sure that 990 annual return is being completed. And also do that with the state as well. Some states may not require nonprofits to file an annual return with them, and there are some states that do. But guess what? I'll tell you a story of being transparent here about myself. When I say it takes 6 months to mind my business and 6 months to leave other folks' business alone, let me tell you, I'm speaking to the choir, because I myself forgot to file my annual return with the state. And guess what they said? Revoked. Mind your business. So in that case, you can reinstate, or you can either go, with the state, it's easier. You can reinstate, just pay whatever, or you can just, maybe regroup and rebrand or what have you. But in the IRS's case, if you are revoked, you have to complete that application all over again. That Form 1023 that you worked diligently to, complete and get approved for. You have to complete all of that again. So the moral of this story is, mind your business. Take those 6 months to mind your business, the other 6 months to leave other folks' business alone, and don't get revoked.